with a haul video, but it's not going to be one of those basic hauls where I just show you what I purchased. It's going to be a haul where I've already tried out the products. I'm going to demonstrate how I use it, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the product, including some swatches. Like all of my reviews, I'm going to include all types of points of view, not just mine. I'm going to share with you guys the products, if they work for me, if they didn't. But if they didn't work for me, I will also include some suggestions as to who they might work best for. A few weeks ago, I did a haul from a brand called 100% Pure, which is an all-natural, organic, healthier for the skin type beauty brand or makeup brand. You guys showed a lot of interest in me kind of exploring the world of all-natural beauty products, or products that don't contain so much harmful chemicals or processed products for our skin. So what I decided to do is kind of listen to your input, and a lot of you suggested the brand Juice Beauty. And of course, because I was at Ulta doing some research, I landed upon a display of Juice Beauty and I went to town. I'm a little bit disappointed because I don't feel like there was enough exposure for this brand, or this brand wasn't really developed at this Ulta. I feel like it wasn't given enough opportunity. So I wasn't able to get a lot of product, but I was able to get enough to get a better feel over this brand. Now, if you're not familiar with Juice Beauty is a brand that is kind of backed up by Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm not sure if it's her brand, but I know she's the creative director for the brand. So anything that passes through is approved by her. They do have two sections within Juice Beauty that are the PHYTO-PIGMENTS line and then the regular makeup line. So the PHYTO-PIGMENTS, I believe, is the one that they're really trying to develop right now and kind of leave the other stuff a little bit not forgotten, but kind of work on the PHYTO-PIGMENTS. And the PHYTO-PIGMENTS are a line that uses plant-derived pigments in their products. It's also a line that carries anti-aging properties, and it also uses like fair trade, all organic, great for the skin, vegan type ingredients. So just like my previous review on all natural, vegan / cruelty free type beauty, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll show you the products that I got, and I'll insert some demos and some swatches and kind of like my idea behind the product and who it would work best for. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, the packaging comes in really beautiful, almost like slate type gray packaging. The accent color is a lime green shade, and all the lettering is in silver letters. All of the products come with really cool disclaimers or notes on the packaging that tells you a little bit more about the brand. For example, it says plant-derived pigments, stem cell skin cell technology, moisturizing cold pressed oils, and organic base of botanical juices, waxes, and powders. So this is a brand that is really representing clean beauty. But I don't know if this is an overall consensus or idea behind all natural beauty, but what I have noticed is that with all natural beauty products, they are a little bit more expensive, a lot more expensive, and they do have sort of like a scent to them, an all natural type scent to them, because they do not have artificial fragrances or any alcohol or fragrances added to the product. They don't have like that pretty girly feminine scent to any products, or that chemical scent that we're used to smelling in, like, say, primers or foundations. So I did notice that underlying aroma in the foundation, in the powder, and in the lip products. So the very first product that I got was the PHYTO-PIGMENTS Flawless Serum Foundation, and I opted to try the Serum Foundation versus their CC Cream, which is their #1 bestseller, and their full coverage foundation, because this is their newest foundation and it's getting a lot of really good reviews. So this is a serum skincare type base foundation that's supposed to allow you anywhere from sheer coverage to full coverage. Now, with all honesty, I could tell you that this is a really, really pigment rich foundation that's going to give you full coverage 100% of the time. 100% full coverage, really full coverage. I mean, it is loaded in pigment. But because it's a water-based serum foundation with a ton of pigment, it's gonna be one of those foundations that's essential to your makeup collection, because it's gonna be really great with mixers. So if you're gonna go with a really lightweight foundation look, you could mix this in with your moisturizer or with your sunscreen and get a beautiful sheer lightweight look. Now, if you want to go with like a, I don't know, medium coverage foundation, you could just add a little bit less of your moisturizer. You could add a little bit less, I don't know, of your favorite skin oils or whatever mixer you like to use, like say like an illuminating liquid, like a strobing liquid that you want to mix into here. And without adding anything at all, it is an absolute full coverage, I would say demi-matte finish foundation. I'm actually wearing it today. Now, I have tried a lot of serum type foundations, and I do have to say that one of the biggest pros for this foundation, besides the fact that it's all natural, organic, no harmful chemicals, etc., is that it's high in pigment. It's extremely high in pigment, so it's going to give you really beautiful, flawless, full coverage. But of all the foundations that I have tried, this is one of the ones that I actually feel like I'm wearing it. Another plus is beautiful packaging. It does come with a pump, but it is a pricier foundation. It comes in 10 or 12 different shades, and I'm in the shade 14 or Sand, which is so strange because usually I'm probably like the second or third color in all foundation ranges of all brands. I'm usually pretty light, but this one's like smack dab in the middle of the range. So I guess the foundations in this brand tend to run pretty light. Now moving on to a concealer. The one that I got was the PHYTO-PIGMENTS Perfecting Concealer, and I got two different shades. I got them for the purpose of correcting and highlighting at the same time. I knew it wasn't going to be the best idea because of the texture of these concealers, but it was my only option because this is the only concealer that they carry now. So I got it in the shade 14 Sand, which was my correcting shade. Weird, right? Because I'm sand in the foundation. So I got it in the shade Sand for correcting and in the shade Cream for highlighting. So what I did is I layered Sand, or 14, the salmony shade one. I layered that on first over a primer under my eye cream or eye moisturizer, and I just applied that where the darkest areas of my panda eyes are. And then after I did that, I went in with the foundation. After foundation, I just lightly went in with the lighter concealer or the shade Cream, and I used this one to sort of highlight. And you guys know I'm not a big cream highlighting, contouring type person. I'm not even contoured today. It's not really my style, so I didn't really want to achieve that extremely highlighted area under here. I simply wanted to bring light to my eyes, and it really did accomplish that. I do love the texture of this concealer. I would not, however, recommend it to someone with really oily skin because it's a very emollient concealer. So far, I would say that I'm happy with the results, but I don't know how this product is going to perform right now during the hotter months. I think this would be a really perfect concealer for the colder or winter months. As far as creasing goes, it's not a self-setting concealer. It does need to be set, and it is one of those concealers that requires you to have a light hand. So if you build it and you cake it on, it's going to crease on you. If you apply the perfect amount and set it with a really lightweight powder, it will not. Now moving on to a translucent powder. This is the PHYTO-PIGMENTS Flawless Finishing Powder. It's in the shade Translucent. The powder looks like that, and this is one of those powders that, I don't know if you're like me, but there are some translucent powders that you really have to tap on the lid to get any sort of product out. With this one, the holes are so big that it literally like pours out of the container, so you have to be really, really careful. I believe this powder is made with tapioca. Yes, this is a tapioca powder, setting powder. It doesn't have talc like most setting powders do, or most powders in general. The shade of it is pretty light. It's a translucent powder, but it's more like translucent leaning towards a little bit of white. You know, it doesn't have a white cast if you take a picture, but it does have, I mean, it's a starch, you know, it's going to be hard to remove color from a starch. So as translucent as it is, it's still going to have a little tiny bit of whiteness to it. But it's really easy to get around that if after you're done doing your makeup, you spray yourself with a little bit of hydrating mist, which is what I did today. So you guys can tell that even though I'm wearing like a full coverage foundation, full coverage concealer, and a little bit of a white translucent powder, it's translucent on the skin, but I don't know if you guys can tell. Let me show you. When you first apply it, you're gonna see the powder. So you have to do a really good job at blending it out or spraying yourself with a hydrating mist. What I did notice though is that of all the loose powders that I've tried, this is a very hydrating loose powder. So it's not one of those powders that when you put it on your skin, you're going to feel it kind of dry your skin out a little bit. It doesn't do that. It feels really, really great on the skin. So this might be a really good powder for people with dry skin. My only con though of this powder, and it's kind of a big one, I'm normally not offended by scents. I usually like really perfumey type products, like I enjoy that, but I'm not offended by products that, you know, carry a different type of scent that I'm used to. I do recognize that some products, especially all natural, organic, vegan, cruelty-free type products, carry that natural scent to them, but this one has a pretty strong scent. It kind of reminds me of like a coin purse. Like the scent of this powder, it smells like a coin purse. And I'm trying to look at the ingredients on the back of this box to maybe pinpoint what the scent is, because it's a really strong, almost like iron scent to the powder. And that's so bizarre to me. It doesn't linger, like you're not walking around smelling like grandma's coin purse, but it does have a really metallic scent to it, which is weird. Isn't that weird? Like, how could a powder smell like that? But anyway, so there's that. And then the last products that are part of this haul are 2 types of lip products. I have 3 to show you. One is a lip gloss, and then the other 2 are lipsticks. So let's get started with the lipsticks first. These are the Juice Beauty PHYTO-PIGMENTS Satin Lip Creams. These remind me so much of the Too Faced lip creams, I think they're called. They're the lipsticks in like the gold tube. They remind me so much of that, from the packaging, from the shape of the bullet, from how they apply. They are extremely hydrating. They're beautiful colors. There's a ton of colors in the range. You're definitely gonna find something that you like. And they're the lipstick that's perfect for lips like mine that are textured, or people with mature lips that want a really beautiful wash of color, that still want that pigment, but that don't want a product that's going to dry out their lips or emphasize the lines on their lips. This is a really beautiful, lightweight lipstick. It's almost like the perfect lipstick for people with lips like mine. You know, I have a lot of texture on my lips, and what I really want to do is not hide them, but I also don't want a lipstick that's going to hug every curve and nook and cranny and wrinkle on my lips. I want it to be like a gel and kind of fill out those lines and just make my lips look glossy and healthy. And these lipsticks do that. I absolutely love the formula of these lipsticks, but they have that scent. They have that all natural, I don't know, just all natural, no perfume added type scent to them. And then the last one that I got is actually a lip gloss, and this one is called the PHYTO-PIGMENTS Liquid Lip. It doesn't say gloss anywhere on here, but what I did notice of these glosses is Gwen named them after a lot of her really good friends or women that have inspired her. Obviously, I had to pick out the peachy orange shade, and this is in the shade Drew. The applicator of this lip gloss is fabulous. It's one of those like paddle doe foot texture type lip glosses where you just need to take it out once and then use one side on the bottom lip and one side on the top lip. It's a beautiful, beautiful formula. It feels like a very lightweight gel, but this is a really runny product. So it's gonna be perfect for people with dry lips that need a lot of hydration, but it's not one of those lip glosses. I don't know if you guys are like me, but when you're doing your makeup, you do this, like you hold it upside down and then you apply your lipstick or you apply your lip gloss or you do your mascara, and you always hold it with like the tip of the lip gloss pointing down. You can't do that with this. It will literally just pour out of the container. And then every time you put the paddle back in, it'll squeeze out a little bit of product. So it's a very beautiful formula. It's almost like a lightweight gel. It's very glossy, very shiny. It makes your lips look very healthy and glowy, but it is very loose. So it's gonna be one of those that you really wanna apply with a really light hand, use a lip liner, or use a lipstick underneath. So keep that in mind. The color range of these is really pretty. So that is it for my second installment to this all natural, healthier makeup series. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I decided to kind of turn this into a series because I feel like we need to educate ourselves. You know, when it comes to makeup, we always go for what's trendy and what's most popular and what you see at a Sephora or an Ulta, but it's also important to find out about what other brands are out there, learn more about products. And I feel like if I take a little bit from every brand, a little bit of what brands have to share and what they're developing and what scientists are finding out, or, you know, products they're creating, I feel like you know, knowledge is power, so we might discover a brand that we've never heard of. There's a lot of ideas floating around as to what all natural, organic, cruelty-free makeup is all about. I mean, one of the myths is that it lacks pigment. I was one of the firm believers that was like, oh my God, why does all natural makeup why is it always so lightweight? Why is there no pigment? Why is there no coverage? And I sort of experienced that when I reviewed the 100% Pure. But after trying this brand and a couple other brands that I have in the works, I noticed that pigment is not it's not a role when it comes to all natural makeup. Two things that are a role when it comes to this type of makeup is price. Price tends to be a little bit more up there because of the higher grade ingredients that are in these products. And then the other thing is the scent. So because these products do not have synthetic fragrances, or they do not have higher alcohol concentrations, they're not going to have those familiar scents that we're used to of beauty products. They're going to smell a little bit more natural. So that takes a little bit getting used to. Like my previous review, what I'm going to do is I will list and link all of these products that I reviewed for you guys in the description box below. So make sure that you check there first. If you have any other all natural, cruelty-free, organic type makeup brands that maybe you guys know about, want to find out more about, please leave me those suggestions in the comment section below. And like always, if you found this video